stoves to get back home and teach them about what I've learned. Here I'm testing a TLUD.
Right, and so the TLUD is being, the data is being analyzed in two ways. One is the real-time analysis, and so we've looked at this before, but here is the water temperature going up. The blue is the CO2, which is a good proxy for firepower. The black is the PM, the smoke, and the red is the CO. But the light scattering, the laser, underrepresents the amount of PM. And so to really look at PM, we use the gravimetric system, the pump and filter, where a sample of the smoke is taken off, drawn through this filter, just like you would see tar after you smoke a cigarette. And so we're going to show you the results of gravimetric testing. The IWA metrics there's 9 metrics that we look at when we're trying to evaluate a stove. And it's pretty interesting. If you haven't looked at this closely before, you can see that high power PM is megagrams per megajoule delivered. And so that's how we mathematically derive high power PM. Low power PM, on the other hand, is very different. It's milligrams per minute per liter. And so you can imagine that milligram per megajoule delivered gives you a very, very different result than milligram per minute per liter. And then when you look at indoor emissions, the math is different again. It's grams per minute. So it's how much CO or how much PM was made per minute by your stove. And so this is going to, this is a little trick that we have here at Aprovecho. And so let's look at a clean filter. And you can see that this filter hasn't had anything drawn through it. And a Tier 4 stove is going to have to look very, very white because so little smoke is allowed in the IWA metrics. But now let's look and see how well did we do on the test that we just did. And so we're going to have immediate evidence of was this stove clean or not. You can see this is not Tier 4. This is Tier 2 or 3. And so we have a ways to go to be able to make Tier 4, and we'll continue changing things in this stove until the filter is very close to white. And I want to point out that when we just look at indoor emissions of PM, because it is the weight of the pollutant per minute, we can just weigh the filter and see how much PM was made by minute, and that gives us a rating that is very simple to derive. And so what we'll do is we'll start out with the real-time measurement of the gases and the smoke. Then the next step, because it's so simple, is we'll do short tests looking at the weight of the pollutant per minute. And since indoor emissions is the hardest one to achieve, if we can get a 4 on IPM, we pretty much are assured that we'll get 4 on the other measures. So this is how Aprovecho tries to do things as quickly and efficiently as possible while making better stoves.